First, it was South Korea. Now, the curse of the Dior bag has claimed another victim, Mongolia. This is a country in East Asia. It is sandwiched between China and Russia. And now it has been thrown into a political crisis, a crisis sparked by the Prime Minister's son and his girlfriend. They posted pictures on social media showing off their lavish lifestyle, their holidays, their luxury cars, and their designer bags, including, of course, a Dior bag. And this angered the public. People in Mongolia are battling a cost of living crisis. So for weeks, they've taken to the streets, they've protested, and finally they have forced the Prime Minister to resign. Here's a report.
Sandwiched between China and Russia, Mongolia is a landlocked country of just about 3.5 million people. And it has been thrust into a political crisis with weeks of protests, followed by the resignation of the country's Prime Minister, Luvsannamsrайн Oюун-Эрдэнэ. And this is all thanks to designer handbags. The crisis was triggered by social media posts. Recently, some pictures went viral. They showed the Prime Minister's 23-year-old son's lavish engagement, a fancy proposal, an expensive ring, luxury cars, and designer handbags. Specifically, a Dior handbag, which Oюун-Эрдэнэ's son and the son's girlfriend flaunted on social media. And you can guess what happened next. Suspicion grew. People wondered how the son got so wealthy. After all, Oюун-Эрдэнэ has often spoken about being from a not-so-wealthy family. So people questioned how his family could afford such luxury. This sparked an anti-corruption investigation and weeks of mass protests.
It is unfair that the Prime Minister's son and his girlfriend possess a lavish lifestyle, while I'm buying my bag from a thrift shop.
This is a lot like what happened in South Korea. Last year, hidden camera footage showed South Korea's First Lady Kim Kyon-hee accepting a $2,200 luxury designer handbag, a Dior handbag. This led to a major controversy dubbed the Dior bag scandal. It caused a political headache for the now ousted president Yoon Suk-yeol. And today, the country has voted for its new president. And now, the curse of the Dior bag scandal has hit Mongolia. While Oюун-Эрдэнэ has denied wrongdoing, hundreds of protesters, most of them youngsters, have been taking to the streets for about 2 weeks now. They've gathered in the capital of Ulaanbaatar, in front of the government palace almost daily, and demanded his resignation. So on Tuesday, lawmakers held a confidence vote. It was a secret ballot of the parliament's 126 members, and Oюун-Эрдэнэ needed the support of at least 64. But out of the 88 lawmakers who took part, only 44 voted for him. So he has lost the confidence vote and stepped down as Prime Minister. Celebrations have now broken out on the streets. The youth see this as a victory.
The success of this protest came from the unity of the youth and their commitment to keeping the rally peaceful and organized.
I hope to have a new PM who truly values human rights and freedoms. I want a society where our life gets better if we work hard and pay our debts.
After all, the protests were not just about a Dior bag or a luxury car. They were symptomatic of a disconnect between the ruling elite and the common people. For decades now, Mongolia has struggled with corruption. In 2022, protests erupted over a corruption scandal involving the alleged theft of about $13 billion worth of coal. Last year, the United States sought to forfeit 2 apartments in New York bought by former Prime Minister Sukhbatar Batbold. They were allegedly bought using stolen mining funds. Mongolia has seen worsening corruption since Oюун-Эрдэнэ came into power. Last year, the country ranked 114 out of 180 countries in terms of government transparency. In recent months, other issues have piled up as well. The cost of living has skyrocketed. Inflation is soaring. Pollution is choking the capital, which is home to half the country's population. And amid this, the Prime Minister's son shows off his lavish lifestyle. It struck a nerve especially for a population that's not just living paycheck to paycheck, but buried under debt.
First post now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktoren,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. First post.